Great good morning, everyone. What is today? Well, it's a beautiful Wednesday, December 9. December 10, year of our Lord 2025. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. I am he, broadcasting today from the United States of America. I could prove it because our president was here in Northeast Pennsylvania. This is also the place where the brave, like the veterans we salute today, thanks to our man John Basiliga and his great Basiliga hospitality group, like Michael Houston, Neskapek, Barry Ryder, West Scranton, John Kravitz, Pittston, John Jack Ayub, Greenfield Township, Eric Wolf, Cunningham, and Roy Andrus, Orangeville. We've lost them, but we'll celebrate them today because of John. The United States of America, founded with a certain knowledge and understanding by our incredible, irreplaceable, amazing founding fathers who determined that government would not be, could not be, shall not be our parent, our guide, our direction, our salvation, not any of these things, but is nothing more than a necessary evil we require to organize and protect society. The United States of America, the country where, for the first time in human history, freedom was declared to be an unalienable right granted to each individual by God. It's not something that could be parceled out to groups. It's not something that could be controlled by government or government officials, because our great American Constitution ensures and codifies freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of association, economic freedom, and freedom of the press. Well, they lie a lot, but that's okay. We know better. Now, armed with these freedoms, and only because they had them, a ragtag bunch of immigrants, rejects, and their progeny created the richest, most powerful, most culturally diverse and accepting nation ever to grace our planet Earth, America. The only place specifically invented and designed so that every American can live their life in the manner they choose, unlimited by their background, upbringing, race, color, or creed, unhindered by the government or those who would use government to control others for their own comfort, benefit, or power. This Bob Cordaro Show, well, it'll always be convincingly conservative, lovingly logical, proudly and passionately patriotic, and reliably right. And so we gavel to order this meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising you that because we're committed to common sense, we will provide a sanctuary of sanity for all of you in a world where the left-wing commentators, the media, academia, the entire Democrat Party have gone insane. And no, it's not you. It's them. I promise you. Oh, Lord. Jim in Bloomsburg says, Bob, love the flag opening and the explanation. I do. I like to play that Red Skeleton thing once a week. Now, if anyone wants to know why we don't play If I Were the Devil anymore, we were informed that there's some copyright issues with it, which was a big disappointment because I love that one. But this is good. This was good. Somebody texts in, let's talk about this crappy economy, Bob. Are you disconnected like Trump? It's just not getting any better out there. Well, I don't know what your personal circumstances are. I don't think you can speak for the economy. You can speak for yourself. I will say this. I only say what I see. And that is people spending money and doing pretty much everything they want. Now, I had talked about this during the sickening, disgraceful, disgusting Biden presidency. And I said, they've got to be doing all this spending on borrowed money. And the government, remember where the job growth came under Biden. This is all stuff that has to be unwound and corrected. All of the job growth. And there wasn't much because if you remember, 800,000 jobs were overreported during the Biden administration. Do you remember that? So the economy was on a sugar high under Joe Biden. And that sugar high was bound to wear off, and Trump was going to have to catch the shrapnel and fix it. Now, just talking to Jason about it before we started the program. Somebody asked Trump, an interviewer, I believe it was Axios, how do you rate yourself on the economy? Now, Trump wasn't talking about the economy. He was talking about his policies. And he gave himself an A++++. You know, the old, remember Ralphie? Imagining his Red Ryder essay was going to get him an A+++++. Well, Trump must have been thinking of that. And there's not one bit of policy I can disagree with. They had a lot to fix. We had an economy on a government spending sugar high. That's all it was. The real economy was not performing well at all. It was overregulated. It was burdened by excess energy costs, from gasoline to diesel to fertilizer, you name it. Now, the one controversial thing that Trump did was taking on the unfairness of trade policy vis-a-vis Europe, vis-a-vis China, and many other countries. They were screwing us. Now, the only weapon that a president has in trade policy is tariffs. And he used them pretty effectively to get some decent deals. How long they'll hold, all of that, we don't know. They did not cause inflation. That was the big lie of the left and the establishment. They never do. I've said this over and over again, and I really want it to sink in. Tariff policy does not cause inflation. It was a lie by the media. It was a lie by the establishment. It was a lie by the Democrats. Somebody points out NBC-owned CNBC bond guru Rick Santelli yesterday said that our economy is still a victim of the Biden-era financial policy, and it is. And what Trump had to do was transition while taking on massive inequities in our trading with our trading partners. He had to take on a transition from private money and investment from government spending, which is never productive. It's like sugar versus a steak. Which is better for you, steak and vegetables or pixie sticks? I do love them. And Trump had to make that conversion because, remember, what is Joe Biden? Joe Biden never signed the front of a check in his life. He doesn't know anything about the economy. All of the people around him, remember we laid out all of his cabinet? They had about 2 years of business experience. They try to drive the economy from the government side, not the private side. And that's what they were doing, and that was going to run out of gas really quickly. With the inflation that the Green New Deal and the spending policies caused, and the re-regulation of the economy, people lost ground in the 4 years of Biden. They say over $3,000 a year. Trump's picked up about 1,000 to 1,200, but you're still behind where you were when Biden started. So now there's a lot of unfairness. Like just a perfect example, and this is how the media factors in. Academia, all of that, all the establishment. People actually, 58% of the people in a survey said that gas prices have gone up. Well, it's patently false, but that's what they believe. Now, they haven't gone down in Pennsylvania because Josh Shapiro has the second highest gas tax in the country, just after California. But they're still lower and more stable than when Biden was here. $3.50 down to, it depends where you go, but right around here at the truck stops, it's $3.05, $3.08. So gas prices have gone down, but 58% of the people think they've gone up because of the media bias. So Trump's got things he's fighting against horrendous Democrat Biden policies and trying to reverse that damage at the same time that the media is lying to the public and fooling a decent amount of them. Policy's great, economy not great. But again, what is your situation? And remember also what most of these surveys and what most of people's perceptions are, the future of the economy. Not what it is this moment, not what it is this week. What is it in 6 months or a year? And that's why Trump's hitting the road. And I got to tell you, I'm very proud he came to Northeast Pennsylvania first to tell that message. We'll talk about his appearance here. It was, I watched the whole thing, and I generally don't watch Trump speeches. It was hilarious. It was too long, but we'll comment on that, and we'll invite your comments as well. 570-883-0098. Trump did not say that the economy is A++++. He said that their policies on the economy are A++++. And I mostly agree with him. We'll take a break and be back. That is Fats Domino. Murph went way back because this date, 1949, he recorded his first tracks at Imperial Records, including the Fat Man, that song, which later became his nickname. Bob Cordaro back on the eponymous program. Someone texts in, Bob, I'm glad President Trump was here yesterday. Some people are so steeped in the Democrat Party that they cannot see straight or what is best for America on our left media. Go Trump and God bless you. Me too. Thank you. LTS back at you. Back at you. Someone said, oh, continuing. Some woman protesting actually said he is taking food from our children. These people have no real knowledge. They just repeat stupid words they hear on our left media. There we go. Okay, that was the middle of the text. Another, according to Shapiro's TikTok, Trump is the reason why gas prices haven't gone down. These people are insane. These people are insane. Please know this. They're liars. They're insane. They're pathological. Shapiro's a pathological liar. You could take any one of them. See, now, what a normal person would do, they'd say, hey, our policies didn't really work out well for the economy, the Democrat policies. But I don't agree with Trump because of this, and this. Instead, they have to lie. Remember, they can't win an argument unless it's based on a lie. So the lie comes first, and then their argument. It's common sense. You reduce energy prices. You reduce regulation. You reduce government spending. And you will get improved economy. Period. This is not some incredible formula. Now, Trump's taken on number 4, which is really important, which is the structural problems with our trading partners. Like, how could we have to pay 250% tariffs for products, farm products going into, and dairy products going into Canada, and they pay nothing coming in? How can we pay 25% for automobiles going to Europe and they only pay 5%? He took it on for the future good of this country. And there really hasn't been a hell of a lot of short-term pain. Inflation is slightly lower than at the end of the Biden administration. So again, and then you get people like this. He's taking food from our children. You get that kind of stupidity and ignorance, willful ignorance. Nobody's that stupid. Literally nobody's that stupid. Shapiro's not that stupid. He knows he's lying. Trump caused the gas prices. Your energy policies, Governor, caused the problems here. Unreal. Well, hey, we got to take a break. Let's hear from our great sponsors. Then we're going to do a tribute to our veterans. And then we got our man Alex Picardo because something big is happening Thursday at Picardo's. We'll talk a little bit about that. And then a bunch of you lined up to talk. We're going to get to you as well. 570-883-0098 to call or text. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Our Veterans Tribute this hour and every hour, this day and every day. Brought to you by a true friend of the vets, John Basiliga. Today featuring his Basiliga Hospitality Group. We're heading towards the weekend. I can't even believe it. The Old Brook Inn, 307 Springbrook Township. Queen City Tavern, downtown Oliphant. Far Street Tavern, the reimagined neighborhood bar on Far Street in the Trips Park section of West Scranton. These are three of the best bar restaurants you will go to anywhere. Food, service, drinks, the whole package. Barry Ryder. We lost him December 1st. He was from West Scranton. He was only 78. He was living at the Gino Murley Veterans Center. Born in Scranton, 1965 graduate of West Scranton High School, a United States Air Force veteran, serving all of us during the Vietnam War. He worked at Crystal Soda for many years. Member of the Dixon City American Legion, avid fisherman and hunter. Survived by his children, his grandson, nieces, nephews, and many other family members. Barry Ryder. John Kravitz, Pittston. He was but 76 when we lost him November 25th. Born in Hughestown, graduate of Pittston area schools. He enlisted in the United States Navy right after that graduation. That was in November of 67. He served our country during the Vietnam War. Stationed on the USS Cambria with deployments throughout the Caribbean, the Mediterranean, Cuba, Europe, and West Africa. In August 1971, John married the love of his life, Francine Marie G. Kravitz. They raised 3 children. His family meant the world to him, teaching his children the value of hard work, purpose, and faith. John and Francine own the Seafood Shanty in Hughestown and the expert window cleaning company, Pittston. Surviving John are his wife, Francine, sons, grandchildren, 5 of them, and many other relatives. John Kravitz, Barry Lee Ryder, our veterans this hour, brought to you by John Basiliga and Basiliga Hospitality. Storm Tracker 16 forecast. It seems so unimportant after we talk about these veterans. And guess what? We know it's going to be cold, but let's go through it. Storm Tracker 16 forecast from meteorologist Joe Snedeker. Winter weather advisory in effect for today. Cloudy with snow showers developing this morning. Accumulations of up to 2 inches expected. High 37. Tonight, cloudy with flurries, 25. Thursday, windy, turning colder with flurries, high 28. Friday, partly sunny, high 32. Now, I just want to mention, there may be 2 inches of snow. Do not rush out and get bread, milk, and eggs unless you already needed them. Okay? Hey, Thursday's the trunk sale at Picardo's. And it is a blast. Food, cocktails, coffee, anything you want. It's like an open house and a thank you to everyone who is a customer or wants to be. And here's Alex Picardo to talk about it. And he's got his
Morning,
theme
everybody.
song. He's got his theme song. I love it. Now, Alex, you can't step on the theme song. You got to let it come in, and then you burst onto the scene.
All right, I'm getting used to it.
All right, so man, although there are no normal days now, they're all intense because people are really checking things out down there. But tomorrow's an extra big day.
Yeah, we're real excited. We're getting all ready for today, for tomorrow's events, Thursday, December 11th, our trunk show. I can't stress it enough. Please stop in. I have vendors. Breitling will be there. A Jaffe, JB Star. We have things that we never have in store, and we're doing sale prices that we've never done before. Everything in the store will be on sale. There'll be light refreshments, some food. Stop by. It's a really great day. It's from me to my family to say thank you for, continued business throughout the years, or even new customers that just want to come in and check out the shop. It's an important day to us. And you know what? You were saying yesterday about old traditions. Start shopping. Back in the day, God, this downtown, people would walk around with their families and shop.
Yes.
Bring that back. Get off the couch. Put your phones down. Get your family together. Friends, get out and come shopping. Come walk around the town. It brings back so many memories, and that's what we're doing with our show. You'll see people you haven't seen before. Maybe you'll run into a friend. Our show's about bringing people together, saying thank you, and honestly having a great time. We're really looking forward to it.
Alex, you're a lot younger than I, but we did a show, a segment with a great reporter from the Times Leader, Bill O'Boyle. He had written a story about the pencil guy that used to be downtown. He was a man. He was a disabled guy that used to sell pencils. Everybody knew him. Everybody loved him, and we told his whole story, and it was quite amazing. You're right, and that was the days of downtown being booming, and Picardo's was part of that also.
100%. My grandfather started this business. We were down on Spruce Street. I mean, we're in business almost 100 years. We are, I believe, the oldest jewelry shop around in downtown. One of the oldest, I believe we're the oldest businesses still around down there. That started a long time ago. John Baslika brings all these new businesses in, apartments. People should be walking around, enjoying themselves, seeing what the downtown's about. We get a lot of flack, but you know what? It's a really nice area. It's safe to bring your family and friends. And that's what I mean. Come out, bring back traditions. Come in the store, say hello, see what we're all about. I want to get myself out there in my store. That's why we're doing this event. Tomorrow, it's all day. The fun starts from 5 to 9, of course, but we're there. Stop in and just check me out. I have something for everybody. No matter what your price, Picardo Jewelers will do it.
That's the important thing, because people have the perception, because the store is so beautiful and you do sell really high-end things, that a normal person can't walk in there. And I could verify I've become very normal since I got out of prison. So at least in that regard, and they've got something for every price point.
I cater to younger kids with new girlfriends, people just dating, a higher end, something that someone wants that's different. We carry from the most exclusive watches to the best jewelry around to stuff that is still beautiful at a price point that anyone can get into. We're right around the board. You don't have to feel awkward coming in, and you'll know that the first time you come in and we say hi. We're very laid back. We're easy to deal with, and we try to make it work for your budget.
And it's all family. It's all family.
It's
absolutely
all family.
Love it. Hey,
you might hear us fighting from time to time, but that's just what it is.
Alex, what time is the trunk sale tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Thursday, December 11th, our trunk show is all day. Come in. We're open till 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Say hello. See what we have. And honestly, get out of the house. Come shopping. See what we're all about. Experience our new store. We put our entire life into this new building, and we're very proud of it. So come in, say hello, get acquainted, see what we have, and maybe we could fill your holiday shopping. And remember, Santa Claus shops here.
Alex Picardo, I could tell you, when I went in the store last week, Christmas started for me going into your store. I got that feeling, and now I have a great Christmas spirit starting last Saturday, and it started at Picardo's.
It's the truth. You walk in, you get in the holiday spirit, you get happy, and that's what we're all about.
Somebody asking, and I don't know that there are, but do you sell any kind of smartwatches?
I don't. No,
yeah,
I didn't get into the smartwatches. Yeah, timepieces. We do have G-Shocks. They do have Bluetooth capability. But as far as if you're looking for an Apple Watch, I don't have that. That you just get from your local Apple store.
Somebody got one for me, and I don't use it. I use my Picardo's watch.
That's right, you do.
Yeah.
That's right, you do.
All right, my man. Thank you, Alex Picardo.
Thank you. Hope to see
trunk
everybody
sale
tomorrow.
Love it. Thank you, my man.
Thank you.
All right.
Merry
We'll take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We'll be back. Isn't that great? That's Cat Matthews, local artist. Snow on a Christmas morning. Murph weaved that one in. Now we'll keep playing that. We'll keep playing. I like that a lot. Local artist Cat Matthews. Bob Cordaro back with you here on WILK and the eponymous program. Here's something that's, I don't know, things get in the lexicon. You either reduce prices or you have inflation. You don't reduce inflation. Okay. Inflation means it's going up. It's inflating. So Trump has reduced the increase in prices. Now, very important to note this. If prices go down for everything, that means your economy is collapsing. That is called deflation. Deflation, just like Orange Man for some people, is very bad. Now, for example, eggs in the first so many months of the Trump administration, they were, again, typically, they blamed him 2 days into his presidency for, what are you going to do about eggs? Well, prices went down 80% because they agreed to the importation of eggs until we recovered from the Biden policy, which killed, like 30 million egg-laying chickens in reaction, well, just like a COVID reaction, a complete overreaction. So, Deb from Dallas says, Bob, interestingly, WNEP had Trump's speech on last night. That is surprising. That's a left-wing lunatic-run newsroom. By the way, not the people inside it, the people who run that newsroom. So that, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what that means. Another, in reply to those denying price drops, food stores have more sales prices. In Stroudsburg, I apologize because as more texts come in, it rolls down. 3 months ago, we noticed hand corrections, dropping menu prices. Didn't pay attention to who we saw the same thing in the American Greek restaurant at Route 6 Dixon City with handwritten price droppings averaging $2 per dinner. Not mentioned by politicians and media are the hundreds of millions saved now and in the near future of fraud, wasteful spending revealed by Doge. And they go on. And you're right. Here's the other part. The no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, which, again, for most waitresses, waiters, is a nuisance because you didn't report them anyway. But what about when they're on a credit card? So the no tax on overtime, the no tax on tips, and starting next year, the $6,000 tax credit for Social Security recipients. That's going to be a big deal for working class people. He's been the best, and the drop in gas prices and utility prices. That is going to be the best thing. Now, Shapiro's screwing up our electricity prices. That's another story. Because if he's got to have lunatic environmental bona fides to run for president, and he's going to use us to get them. Our wallets. That's what he does. Anyway, my Bacardo Jewelers watch tells me that it's time for the news. It's 10:01 and change. That means Brian Hughes is raring to go. Let's hear what he has to say, and then we'll be back. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Great good morning, everyone. My Ricardo Jewelers watch says it's 10:07 a.m. here in the Northeast. This beautiful but frigid Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. I am he, and it's a big day to fight for America, defend our values, and with the help of our friend John Basiliga and his great hospitality group, we honor the brave who have kept us in free. People like the veterans we've lost this year but celebrate today thanks to John, like John Kravitz, Pittston, Barry Ryder, West Scranton, John Ayub, Greenfield Township, Michael Houston, Nescapec, Eric Wolf, Cunningham, and Roy Andrus, Orangeville. So with history, our great founding fathers, and the incomparable Constitution of the United States of America as our guides, let us continue today's battle, gaveling back to order this meeting of the Club for Common Sense, promising you that our commitment to common sense will provide a sanctuary of sanity for you when delusional Chuck Schumer, and that's the kindest word I could use about him, blames Donald Trump for price increases. you just look at them and you have to say, what? How stupid do you think we are? And are people actually believing this? Yeah, there's some people that they want to be stupid. They want to be lied to. I don't understand it. Like the woman protester here when Trump came, he's taking food from the children. Like that's something as stupid Nancy Pelosi would say. I'm blown away by these people, and they fall for it, and they regurgitate it. By the way, James says G-Shock is what he was looking for at Picardo's, something with Bluetooth, and he's going to check them out. I was happy to ask James because I had him on, and I'm not usually looking at my text monitor while I'm talking to a guest like Alex Picardo. But, yeah, the G-Shock thing surprised me. And I have an Apple Watch. I got to tell you, some people love them. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, if I'm going for a walk and I want to measure the distance, I might put it on. But if I want to tell the time and I like something comfortable on me, I wear my Picardo's watch exclusively. I don't understand. But, yeah, by the way, I hope you like the Cat Matthews songs. We're going to play them every day. And we've got another guy, Robert Michael, and he's got a Christmas Lights on Church Street. He's a local musician from Jessup. We're going to play his Christmas song today. We like it. Trump being here was great. It was funny. I'm telling you, I was watching it, and there were 4 or 5 times during the speech, and it was too long. He goes on, but this is part of the shtick. And I burst out laughing. Like, burst out laughing. Bulldog, play the clip from the Trump speech. Oh, we're back. I was expecting music. I was listening to it and fell asleep there. Somebody texting in about how great the Apple Watches are. No, I don't get it. It's not for me. I didn't say it's not for you. I mean, don't get offended. People get offended at nothing. They're not for me. They don't do much that's of actual value for me. And I'm not going to talk about them anymore. This is not an interesting subject. Somebody says, some friends went up to the Trump speech last night, took a picture of four fools in the snow on the side of Route 611 with their little signs at about 4 o'clock. Maybe instead of standing on the side of the road for 5 hours like a-holes in the snow, if they put that time to work, they'd be better off in life. They're getting paid to do it, probably. And by the way, if you're getting paid to protest, I get it. If you're doing it on your own time and your own dime, there's something wrong with you. You're protesting based on lies, whether it's about ICE, whether it's about the economy, whatever. I mean, think of what this party, this Democrat Party has done. First, it was the tariffs are going to cause inflation, and they didn't. So next they had to go with, because it's always was Trump is going to be a whatever, no more elections. Oh, by the way, we just had an election, idiots. I mean, how stupid could you be? And they'll keep repeating it. But then they moved on to the Epstein files. Now, the Trump administration just got an order. They had tried for one before and got turned down. The same judge finally said, you know what? Here's all from the trial and so forth of Ghislaine Maxwell. And that's going to get released. He released 60,000 documents to the Congressional Committee. Oversight, House Oversight. They forced the release of more records in Florida. So what do you want now? And they've gone on. You haven't heard about it at all for 2 weeks. Crazy stuff. Hey, here's Luciano from Luzerne County. Hi, Luciano.
Bob, thank you for taking my question, sugarcoating your conversation. Let me ask you, I like to talk to black people. I was raised in Philadelphia, as you know, and we were the only Hispanic neighborhood in North Philly and on 5th and Allegheny. And I asked black people throughout a few of them in Scranton, and I said, brother, let me ask you a question. If Miss Harris would have become with that Minnesota governor, if they would have become president of this country, do you actually think they would have improved this country with migration and other economic factors? And they say, don't put us in a spot. Some of them have said this. So I know damn well when people tell me, oh, Donald Trump is terrible. He's got a filthy mouth. He doesn't know how to have sensible conversations because he doesn't speak presidentially. Bob, what does that mean to you when people say that his tone of voice is not proper?
They're looking for an excuse to hate him. And they're looking for an excuse to support a shallow, unaccomplished phony like Kamala Harris and a ditzy, stupid man like Tim Walz. It's just incredible. There's no defense for who they support.
Bob, one last statement. I listen to Spanish TV. I watched it. I want people to unplug their ears right now for a minute or two. Do you know Claudia, the president of Mexico, how many people she's deporting at this present time? It's like comparing an ant to a full-grown elephant. In deportation, the American media is not exposing this information out of Mexico. She's deporting every single cent Central American, South American, Africano, Haitian, Korean, everyone.
I
And the
played
media is not exposing this
Luciano,
information to the mass crowd.
about a month or so ago. We played a clip of Rush Limbaugh, and he was reading the policy of the Mexicans, but he didn't let on. He let on that it was our policy on immigration. He read it and he said, "Guess what? That's Mexico."
And they don't want gringos no more in Mexico. They're Mexican American citizens are leaving Mexico. Do you know that Mexico is controlled? And I stress this: Claudia is in the back pockets of the Medellin and Sinaloa cartel. She's bought and paid for. Mexico is corrupt from A to Z.
Because of the Biden administration, they allowed the drug trafficking and the human trafficking to enrich and embolden the cartels to the point where they run the country. That is a narco state. Mexico's a narco state. The Biden administration policies destroyed that country.
Thank you, Bob. Take care. Bye-bye.
Pleasure,
Thank
man.
you.
Always. Yeah, that's sad. And I'm happy he brought that up. By the way, another thing. When you talk to blacks and African Americans, you want to ask, and this insane hypocrisy of people like Barack Obama. He came down to Virginia to campaign against a black woman. Winsome Sears, the sitting lieutenant governor, who was elected, by the way, independently, lieutenant governor. He came down, and here's the guy a year before. He's talking about, come on, brothers, you got to vote for the black woman. Insane. Believe me, they're insane. If they didn't have hypocrisy, they'd have no hypocrisy. We'll be back. Bulldog, you got to play this till he whistles. You know that, right? All right. Because I'll talk over it just a little bit. Ronald Reagan, 1987. That's after 3 days of meetings with Mikhail Gorbachev in Washington, D.C. And Otis Redding, this date, 1967. Murph tells us Otis and his band died when their plane crashed into Monono Lake near Madison, Wisconsin. They performed the previous day in Cleveland, Ohio, on a local TV show called Upbeat. His song, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, that we're listening to now, would become number one the following week. How tragic. Somebody texts in, Murph always bringing the best. Yes. And guess what? Let's continue the song, Bulldog. Murph's going to be here tomorrow. He's never met the Bulldog in person, for one. But we've got authors Chris Finazzo and Matt Birkbeck in our performance studio here, 305 Route 315 Pittston. From noon to 1, I'll be hosting a Q&A of these great authors. You have to RSVP today by noon. You can call in 570-883-0098 and give the Bulldog your information. Or you could go on our website where I watch the show, and you go to events, and you'll see the book event. But you got to RSVP this morning. Seats are limited. And you go to WILKNewsRadio.com or call the Bulldog at 883-0098 and say, hey, Bulldog, I want to come. I want to see you, Bulldog, number one. I want to see Murph. I want to see the authors. And lastly, you want to see Bob. And we're looking forward to being together with you guys tomorrow. So, yeah, Murph will be here. I'm thinking about how I could do it, because I'm going to have the authors in the studio. I'm going to say, I don't know how much time Murph has. I'll talk to him about it. He may be able to introduce these songs tomorrow on the air. Somebody asks, is Murph having a book signing event? No, but he should. He certainly should. Hey, let's go to Bill from Moscow. Bill, how are you?
Oh, good, Bob. How are you?
Great.
Hey, I wanted to offer a few comments on President Trump's speech last night.
Please.
As you probably know, I'm a lifelong Republican.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a voted Democrat. But I have to say, the issue of affordability and how people feel about expenses, cost of living, interest rates, and all that is a real core problem right now,
yes,
I believe, for the Republicans. I mean, Trump can get up there and give all the good news he wants and do all the bragging he wants and all that, but it really comes down to what do people feel right now. And I think somehow, some way, in a different way than he spoke last night, that message has to get out there to people.
What do you think?
One,
and what do you think is? Do you think it's the media cacophony that is just slamming Trump constantly that has them down? What is it? Because the policy, we're a little bit better off already than we were last year at this time.
Right, that's right. There's no doubt that the media plays a major role in telling people, Americans, they are not well off. There's no doubt about that. But the essence of Trump's speech last night didn't help his cause either. The braggadocio, the exaggerations and all that. You know, I don't know about MAGA people that were there. I don't want to denigrate them, but it doesn't turn me on, okay? Number one, here's the number one thing. If he's coming here to northeastern Pennsylvania and he wants to give a speech to the folks about affordability and cost of living and all that, couldn't he pick a better venue than the casino owned by the lone billionaire of this area, none other than Garbage Baron, the Garbage Baron of the area, Louis de Naples.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the pick the choice of the venue was a poor one to begin with, because it's wrong. Anybody that knows the casino knows the background of the family, knows the background. If a guy looks around, all you've got to do is look around Dunmore and see the dump, both the garbage dump and the car dump, and you'll know that he's the wrong guy to be hosting a party or a speech for the president who wants to talk about affordability. That's just my opinion. That's,
which
that's how I feel.
I disagree, being from Dunmore and having lived with the family for my whole life, but
I understand.
Yeah, but the casino part I sort of got, because people had said that to me, that it's not the quite the right venue. But then I said, first of all, he was a casino operator, so that doesn't mean anything to Trump,
right.
And
right.
I said, and secondly, it was a place that could be secured for,
right.
which is important these days.
That would be one of the very important factors, and I thought of that too.
And so, and it's a place that created a ton of jobs and good jobs.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
I don't know. I could quibble with you on that, but on the first part of what you said, I agree. I think you have to be saying, I think you got to repeat and repeat and repeat. The policies of the Biden administration really harmed and undermined the well-being of Americans. But now here's what we're doing, and we expect it to work, and we believe it will, just like in my first term. And I think that's enough. But Donald Trump's Donald Trump. I mean, I hear him hawking watches, and I'm like, he's a huckster.
Turns my wife off.
He's a huckster.
Really turns my wife off.
I know. And I say this, just like the policies. I happen to think he's my favorite comedian since Don Rickles. But a lot of people don't take him that way.
That's right.
But they should look at the policies over the person. Because I can understand people that hate Trump, but let's face what reality is and what your benefit, your family's benefit, the country's benefit is. He brings the right people to the table.
Right. The other thing is, I mean, we know Biden basically was a nitwit. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's being polite. Okay.
Yes.
But he's gone now. Forget about that. Stop hammering on Biden. Instead, give some solid facts and some solid plans on what exactly you want to do for the economy. Okay. How do you want to get people to feel better? What are you going to do? Push the that you were on before talking about no taxes on tips and whatever. And also the Social Security thing. Well, hit that.
But he just talks too long. I said that's the first speech because I had to do it for my job, and I was invited to go, and I respectfully declined because I knew how long of a day it is with the security issues and everything else. But I did watch the whole speech, which I generally don't watch because it just goes on and on. Trump, but. I thought, it was the usual going on too long. But he's playing to the crowd he's in front of.
He is.
And I thought it was funny, but a bit long.
And the other question I'd have for you maybe would be, because I don't know, didn't anybody bother to check to find out that he was going to be coming in by plane? There would be a helicopter waiting for him to take him up to the Poconos to Mount Airy. He would be not involving the roads, 380, 84.
I was surprised
whatever.
They did that. I was surprised with how long of a drive that they did that, just from security standpoint.
Yeah.
I was surprised at that. Yeah.
Well, he didn't drive. He took the helicopter.
Did
right?
they?
I didn't.
Wrong? They were talking about the roads being blocked off, and we were getting notifications. Did he take the helicopter after all? I don't know.
Yeah. Would you? Yeah. Check on that, because I believe they said when he landed at Avoca, there was a helicopter waiting for him to take him up there.
That's what I figured they would do. But then when I saw the signs driving home, they said that all those routes will be a problem.
Yeah. Well, look,
so I don't. I'm going to find that out, Bill. I'm going to find that out.
Find it out. Let me know. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep it. Bye-bye now.
All right,
Take care,
friend.
Bob.
Thank you.
Good talking to you.
Always a
Bye-bye
pleasure.
now.
Always a pleasure.
Bye.
Hey, we got to take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We will return. Our Veterans Tribute this hour and every hour, this day and every day, brought to you by our friend John Basiliga, great friend of the vets. And today we feature one of his neatest companies, Basiliga Hospitality. 3 great bar restaurants that I'm telling you, second to none. The Old Brook Inn, 307 Springbrook Township. I'm still thinking about the bone marrow steak tartare I had there. The Far Street Tavern, the reimagined neighborhood bar in the Trips Park section of West Scranton. The Queen City Tavern, downtown Oliphant, beautiful. Fine dining, yeah, they've got that. The Terra 519, downtown Scranton, a modern take on high fare. And the Stegmeyer Mansion, an old world take with incredible food and a great bar. Jack Ayub. He was 82. We lost him November 13th. He was from Greenfield Township. Born in Allentown. His wife of 63 years is Shirley Motto Ayub. Jack served in the U.S. Army from 1962 to 1965 as an airframe and engine mechanic on a surveillance drone. He belonged to the American Legion post in German. He worked in Binghamton, New York in the commercial woodworking profession and eventually retired from IBM Endicott as a facilities engineer after 21 years. Jack was a loving Christian husband, father, and grandfather who enjoyed spending quality time with all of his family, telling jokes, stories, and sharing his advice. Surviving are a son, 2 daughters, 8 grandchildren, a number of great-grandchildren, all of whom he loved dearly. Jack was one of 14 children. He's survived by 9. Jack Ayub. Michael Houston. It's spelled Houston, but I'm going to just guess Houston. He was 82 when we lost him, November 24th. He was from Nescapek, born in Elizabeth, New Jersey, graduated from Central Catholic High School in Kingston. In 1962, he entered the U.S. Army and served until 1965 with the Green Beret, including a year in country in Vietnam. He remained in the Army Reserves until 1968 while residing in California, delivering mail for the U.S. Post Office in Haight-Ashbury, including at times sacks of fan mail for Jefferson Airplane. After an honorable discharge in 1968, he returned here and became a journeyman electrician and member of Local 163 IBEW until he retired. Proud union member who never crossed a picket line. He served as president of IBEW twice during his career. He was a member of the Sierra Club, the VFW Post Cunningham, and the Special Forces Association. His family says he was highly intelligent, always quick with a joke, voracious reader. He taught his children to never judge a person by their position in life and always gave money and assistance to those in need. In 1975, he married Florence Houston. During their 49 years of marriage, they cultivated a rich, varied life full of children, music, animals, nature, and good times. He lost her in 2024. He'll be greatly missed by his daughters, his son, and his greatest cherished grandchildren and other family members. Michael Houston. Our great veterans this hour, brought to you by John Basiliga and Basiliga Hospitality. Storm Tracker 16 forecast from meteorologist Joe Snedeker. Winter weather advisory in effect for today. Joe says cloudy with snow showers developing this morning, accumulations of up to 2 inches expected. High of 37. It's 32 outside the studios now. Tonight, cloudy with flurries, low 25. Thursday, windy, turning colder, flurries, 28. Friday, partly sunny, 32 degrees. Wow. Robert Allen Michael. from Jessup. Christmas lights on Church Street, which is their great main drag in Jessup. Wow, that's good stuff. We'll play that every day. And in addition to Cat Matthews, another great local artist, they got good Christmas songs. Hey, there's something going on at the Laceworks, and we love it. And my cousin, as we say in Dunmore, Isabella Cordaro's on the blower to tell us all about it. How are you, Isabella?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good to have you back on. I love that. I went to Rob Bresnahan's wedding at the Lace Factory, and I'm like, wow, what a venue! Perfect.
It was amazing. That wedding was beautiful, truly. Yeah. But the holiday market, we're so excited. It's this Sunday from 11 to 6 p.m., so a little bit longer day to give people a chance to shop around. It's bigger and better than last year, too. Way more vendors and definitely something for everyone. There's really just something special about Lace Village in the winter, though, especially because we're lucky enough to have a little snow on the ground.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. Yeah.
Isabella, it feels when you go to the complex, because it's multiple buildings and whatever, at the Lace Factory, you feel history. It just oozes history.
It really does, and that was part of the design plan, too.
Yeah.
We took a lot of inspirations from old Nottingham, England, because as a lot of people know, a lot of people in our area worked at the Lace Factory back in the day, so they know that the looms all came right from England, and everybody who comes to visit now that it's redeveloped just feels so at home, and they're like, wow, it's like being transported back in time. It's so amazing.
It's great stuff. So tell us the Christmas market starting this Sunday, and when will it run? Every Sunday?
No, it's actually a one-day event, but a long day. So from 11 to 6. Yep.
All right. So 11 to 6 Sunday at the Lace Factory complex, the Christmas market. I'm telling you, you're going to feel almost like you're shopping on a Dickens movie. You know?
Yes, it really does. It's like a Hallmark movie when you go there. It's so fun.
Great
We have
stuff.
so much for kids and families, and the vendors have such a wide variety, something for everyone. So it's really great.
Well, that's good stuff, and thank you. And we'll check in with us at least one more time this week to remind people. Okay.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Okay, Isabella Cordaro and the Lace Market on Sunday. Thank you. We got to take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We will return. Paul McCartney and Wings released their triple live album, Wings Over America. Live and Let Die, Murph picked. This date, 1976. Bob Cordaro back with you on the eponymous program. And just to mention, from Bill from Moscow's question, yes, Trump did take Marine One. I thought when I was driving, you're driving 81 North, you see the airport. I thought I saw, because remember, they always fly more than one Marine One, meaning the helicopter. And I thought I saw a lineup of them from the highway. Didn't think of it because I saw the notifications about potential traffic jams and whatever. So, yes, he did fly. But my guess is that some of the gang, because Energy Secretary, the Chief of Staff, the Treasury Secretary, there was a whole crew of people who had to get up there. So that's probably what, under less level of security. But yeah, he flew. And thanks for bringing it up. By the way, just to mention how terrible our local newspapers are. You're not just getting yesterday's news. You're getting no news. They had not one article about the President of the United States coming to Northeast Pennsylvania in the papers today. That's how awful they are. Wow. Couple of quick questions. Bob, what was the name of that song that you played and the name of the band? There's two locals we played. We played Cat Matthews, and it's called Snow on a Christmas Morning. And then Robert Myko, M-Y-C-K-O, Christmas Lights on Church Street. He's a local musician from Jessup. So we played both of those. We're going to play them every day. But yes, it is great stuff, isn't it? A lot of you asking, where's the Lace Village? I call it the Lace Factory. It's the Lace Village is what you got to look under. You think back. I think I was born when it was still functioning. Anyway, Lace Village is in Scranton, right off of Greenridge Street. I'm telling you, it is one of the neatest venues, period. Really a great place. Somebody said the helicopters flew right over my house in Moscow last night. Actually, on Sunday evening, there was a parade of helicopters over the same exact flight pattern. My wife and I were outside and wondering what was going on. It was a test run. Yeah. And I heard all that, too. And I heard 5:49 because I looked at my clock. 5:49 when Trump flew in. And I think he or maybe one of the military cargo planes that follow flew out at about 10:49 or thereabouts out of our airport. In any event, Mike Mancini says, yes, Scranton Times is yesterday's news tomorrow. So awful you can't make it up. You cannot make up how awful these newspapers are. And their editorials and columns are so awful and insane, literally insane. Wow. I got to tell you, if they didn't have the obituaries, there'd be no value, literally no value. Page 2 is pretty good, too. They have some nice pictures of local people doing nice things. But beyond that, there's no point. The sports page sucks anymore. They got rid of some of the best columnists. And the ones left don't have much opportunity to show themselves. It's really awful. Scranton Times Citizen's Voice. And I used to call them yesterday's news, the Hazleton Standard Speaker, but it's worse than that. Hey, I look at my Bacardo Jewelers watch. It tells me it's 11:01 and change, which means we've got to go to the news. We'll be back after that. Great good morning, everyone. My Picardo Jewelers watch tells me it's 11:08 and change here in the great Northeast. This beautiful, Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. This is the Bob Cordaro Show. I am he, and it's a big day to fight for America, defend our values, and with the help of our man John Basiliga and his great Basiliga Hospitality Group, to honor the brave who have made us and kept us free. People like the veterans we lost this year, but salute today thanks to John, like Michael Houston, Nescapec, Jack Ayub, Greenfield Township, John Kravitz, Pittston, Barry Ryder, West Scranton, Eric Wolf, Cunningham, and Roy Andrus, Orangeville. So with history, our great founding fathers, and the incomparable Constitution of the United States of America as our guides, let us continue today's battle. Gaveling back to order this meeting of the Club for Common Sense. Bob Cordaro back with you. Yeah, they didn't even... these newspapers don't even bother to report on the President of the United States being here. Like, could you maybe try to make a little extra effort before you print the newspaper in Harrisburg and ship it back here? It's incredible. Like, at least use the old Scranton Times printing press. You got to be paying somebody. Man, these papers are so awful. And then throw the left-wing insanity on top of just being awful. HUD Secretary Scott Turner has revealed that foreign-born residents drove over 60% of rental demand growth from 2021 to 2024. More than 6 million people. So these are the illegals who weren't in hotels at your expense. My word. And you're, well, Jesus, housing is going to... Guess who's to blame? The Democrat Party and left-wing lunatic open border. Astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. Somebody texted in. You have to wait till Sunday morning edition to find out who won the Friday night high school football games. It's amazing how bad they are, isn't it? Somebody texted in, Trump, yay, President Trump, eggs have come down. You can get a jumbo at Walmart for $2.46, and the price has been there for a while, they add. Plus, first time I've seen double yolks. Thank you, Walmart. Can buy their wide pan multigrain bread loaf for $2.57, which is only inched up from 2020 at $2.25, and has quality comparable name brands. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Quinn's and Peckville. Great selection of meat. Amazed at the prices. And, somebody texted in 2 different gas prices at well under $3. Well under $3. Somebody texted in, Bob, plus the standard speaker just raised the rate to $38 a month. I'll be canceling after 35 years of getting the paper. Well, it's useless. It's absolutely useless. Somebody texted in last night, funny as heck. Ilhan Omar and that headpiece. Trump rolled his finger over his head to make a turban. It'll be pretty boring when he's gone. That I have to agree with you. Hey, and he's been patient. More than patient. Our guy, Donald from Pittston. Hi, Donald. How are you, man?
Oh, yeah, I have to say something. I know Mr. Naples since I'm a kid, 3 years old. I grew up with the Naples. My grandfather knew his father was a Parmesano, Valvano, Dr. Chill, and Broccoli. Louis used to go to Mass every morning.
Still
5
does.
o'clock with a bag lunch.
Still
he worked
does.
12 hours a day. Listen to me, 12 hours a day, because I know what I'm talking about. And he would work so hard, 6 days a week, and then their late dinner was called Sharky's, where Ignatius was. They go down there because I'd be in there delivering papers. He picked up my hamburger or whatever I had, or a Coke, when I was a kid. I mean, you couldn't find a better man. And he's like Frank Sinatra. It irks me to hear this, because it's like Frank Sinatra. He gives to like people with medical bills, a lot of things you don't see what he does in the area. Boy Scouts uniform, little leagues, kids like Easter Seals, Dominic. They can't afford like the Scouts uniforms and stuff. They do a lot of charity. I grew up with Pat, went to school with him. There's wonderful people, and it bothers me, when I hear the nonsense, like they were handed everything, like they worked for every dime.
Oh,
that whole family.
yes, they did.
And I'm telling the truth.
It came from zero, came from nothing.
Yeah, they were unbelievable. Like I know, I was with them. I know everything. It's just.
Yeah, that part, and I had to respectfully disagree with the caller, who I also know.
Because with me, you were up there.
They got into business. They got into business as the Naples family of taking things that nobody else wanted, and figured out how to make a lot of money doing it. So
I know everything. Lease the land. I don't lease the land. I don't want to get into it. I don't talk about failures, and there's nothing shady there. He worked for every dime.
Yep.
He's a great man. He helps so many people. Charity.
All right, now, Donald, what did you think of the speech? Do you think he's on track? I think he's got to focus less on bragging about what they've done and more on what they're doing to help people, which is a lot, by the way. It's not like there's nothing to talk about. He's got tons to talk about. He's got the best working man policies in the history of the country.
Let me say something. Hear me out. Carter left the mess. It took 3 years before Reagan got it. 2 years, remember? It was a while.
But it was a more normal time when most Democrats were still normal. They didn't try to impeach him.
You can't do this fast. The big bill didn't even go in or nothing. People want instant overnight, like wave a magic wand. It's not going to happen. Do you realize the damage that Biden did to this country? That book, Original Sin, they interviewed 200 people. The guy was like the debater. He couldn't, in and out of a vegetated state. It's real.
Amazing.
Terrible.
Amazing.
George Clooney put $1 million ad in the paper because in the New York Times, it's $1 million during the week and a full pay. And then on Sunday, he said it was not against Biden. He just couldn't the job. He couldn't do it. It's sad because of his cognitive decline. Everybody knows it.
Mm-hmm.
He was left a mess. There was nobody home.
Well,
it's
listen,
going to take time.
We've got to keep telling people the truth, and it'll sink into some.
But that is the truth.
Others just refuse.
He was out of it. He was in that. You saw the debate.
But other people just simply refuse. I don't know why.
Yeah, you can't have somebody like that running the country.
Well, you can't have those policies. They were insane.
Oh my God. Everything, the open borders, he didn't know what was going on. He could have closed by executive order or tell him what to do. It's so sad to see a guy. He's playing Biden speeches now. Yeah. He sounds like Trump blowing stuff. He said we have to go over the drug dealers.
Yep.
He did a complete 360. And then the cognitive decline. Trump was left with a disaster. And I think he was left with worse than what Reagan. I really do.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree because the entire economy was on life support from government spending and government hiring.
Yeah, the border. He brought all the criminals in here, drug dealers, rapists, murderers. They weren't there. People thought they were going to work in coffee shops and everything. They weren't for that. These people were killers. They're still out there. And they're on all these, and they blew up Obamacare and everything. Trump's going to straighten this out. You know that.
It's going to work. I just hope it works in time.
It's going to take about another year, but I don't want to get beat in the midterm.
That's right. I can't wait. But thank
you.
Yeah,
just pray. All right, it will work.
All right, my friend. Thank you.
I want to
Always
straighten that out, though. That guy I'm always talking about. Today was a great man.
All right, man. Thank you.
Right.
We'll take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We're going to come back. We got Lorraine from Hazleton. She's got a poem. We got Jim from Harding. He's got questions about the midterms. We're going to get to all of that. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Murph tells us this date, 1999, founding member and bassist and singer of the group, the band, Rick Danko, died of heart failure at his home in Woodstock, New York. It happened 2 days after his 56th birthday. The band played their final concert Thanksgiving night, 1976, in San Francisco. Murph picked down south in New Orleans. Bob Cordaro back on the program. Somebody texts in $8.99 for Chuck Roast at Garrity's Clark Summit. My head almost exploded. Yeah, coming down, right. Meat is a separate issue. It doesn't have to do with transportation. It doesn't have to do with fertilizer costs. It doesn't have to do with energy costs. It has to do with a lot of weather and other related things. And I told you this, by the way. So maybe you're a dummy-crat. I don't know. Because I don't recognize the number as a usual suspect. But the Biden administration was forcing the culling of herds because of high costs of raising and maintaining the herd, the high cost of transporting, and their Green New Deal insanity because they don't like cow farts. Please don't forget all of this. When we say, and some of our listeners say, they created a holy mess from when they were in office, it's true. That is just one of the aspects. Our herds in North America and the United States in particular shrunk substantially because of Biden policies, anti-meat policies. Remember, they're listening to Bill Gates, who sells fake meat. Please remember what was done and how we got here. Now, there's some weather and disease-related things overseas, because even overseas beef reflects our prices. But at least the implication I got from your text is you're blaming it on Trump. Beef prices have been stubbornly high, and they will be because of events that are beyond anybody's control, particularly overseas, and the culling of the herds here in the United States because of Biden policies, Democrat policies. They don't want you to eat meat. Do you understand that? Who was proposing that you eat bugs? They're not selling bugs at Quinn's or Garrity's. That's what they were heading you towards. Do you understand? I hope you do. And by the way, nobody on this program is saying that Pollyanna, everything's fantastic. It's going to take time to get out from under the absolute mess that Biden and Democrat policies created. Somebody said, too bad Trump didn't stop at Picardo's to get a nice gift for Melania. That would have been great. Well, he couldn't stop in the helicopter. That was the problem. Hey, let's go to our friend Lorraine from Hazleton. Do you notice what a diva she is, what a performer? She waits till her theme song plays out. Hi, Lorraine.
Hi, Bob.
How are you?
Hanging in.
Good.
Well,
what do you got for me today?
Well, first of all, I want to acknowledge Brian and Deb. Yesterday in the mail, I got the nicest surprise. I got a beautiful Christmas card and the kindest, most touching words from them. So may I read Listen, I want to squeeze 2 poems in if that's okay.
We may not have enough time, but go
Oh,
ahead.
geez.
Let's see what we could get done.
Well, I want to now I don't know which one. Well, I did want to read one about my mother.
You can call tomorrow with the second one.
I don't know if you're going to squeeze me in.
Oh, tomorrow's the author day. That's right. It'll be hard.
Yeah, see, I have to think for everybody.
Tomorrow we're going to have the authors. We're going to have Chris
maybe I could
Finazzo
go fast. Well, one's about my mother, for Christmas, and the other one was about friends, and I wanted...
Save the one for your mother, because I want that on a special occasion when we're really talking Christmas.
Well, I have a bunch of them about my mother and Christmas.
All right. Well, read the friends one.
Okay. Well, this, is dedicated for Deb and Brian, and also all my other listening friends, my family, and then the ones that mentioned me for Thanksgiving dinner, who I rode around Dunmore looking for them. But anyway, okay. Good friends are a special treasure who cannot be bought nor sold, for they are a rare commodity whose worth is more precious than silver or gold. Therefore, if you are fortunate to find one, love him or her with all your heart. It will be the bond that holds you together, and nothing can ever tear you apart. Cultivate compassion and understanding too. Then throw in a little tenderness. You will find joy and contentment and a lifetime full of happiness. So, if you are feeling lonely and did not find anyone yet, someone might be right around the corner. For remember that a stranger is a friend you just haven't met.
There you go. Nice. Nice, Lorraine.
You sure I can't squeeze that other one in?
No, you cannot.
Oh,
no.
Come on. It's bad enough. At least stay
we're bottom of the hour, my dear. We've got, and
well, if you
and
want
then you spent 2 minutes talking about it instead of just doing it.
No, wait a minute. You should have heard me talking to myself about you just now. I thought, come on, carried it over into the next hour about, this and that and about meat. I'm more important than meat right now. Well, anyway.
Well, it depends what you're having for dinner.
Well, I'm cheap date. I'll take a fish from McDonald's.
Right.
I'm a cheap date. And by the way,
ladies and gentlemen, I got her a fish sandwich from McDonald's.
No, you didn't.
Or
no,
Wendy's. Wasn't it Wendy's?
You got me you got me a crummy baked potato.
Oh, yeah. She wanted the baked potato and it was lousy.
Yeah.
Oh, and the faces she made when I brought her this crappy potato.
It was brown. And no cheese.
But I didn't make it.
Well, I didn't. You brought the subject up. I just said I like fish. You brought the subject up. And by the way, Brian and Deb, they love my jokes too.
Well, there you go.
There you go. And they're not the only ones.
Tell them either start a nightclub or a radio show, and then you could perform anytime they'd like.
Well, I'm sure, and they're not the only ones, like I've often told you. You can back me up,
my darling,
Deb and Brian.
My darling Lorraine, we have to go.
I knew I should have did my mother first.
Thank you, darling. I'll talk to you. Talk to you Friday, all right?
So long.
All right, honey. Bye-bye. We've got to hear from our great sponsors. We've got a Veterans Tribute. We got Jim from Harding. We've got more to come. It's the Bob Cordaro Show. Our Veterans Tribute this hour and every hour, this day and every day, brought to you by friend of the veterans, John Basiliga. Today featuring one of his great companies, Basiliga Hospitality. 3-bar restaurants that are second to none anywhere. The Old Brook Inn, 307, Springbrook Township. The Far Street Tavern in the Trips Park section of West Scranton. The Queen City Tavern, downtown Oliphant. The Scranton Art House, the place to watch a movie, dine, and enjoy an adult beverage while you watch the movie. Better than your living room. First run movies and anything you want to go with it. Fine dining? Oh, yeah. The Modern Take, a Terra 519, downtown Scranton. Oh, cutie, and I love the place. Stegmeyer Mansion. I love this place, too. Downtown Wilkes-Barre for an old school look at today's best dining. Basiliga Hospitality. Roy Andrus III. He was but 71, longtime auctioneer, Little League coach. He was from Orangeville. We lost him November 16th. Born in Bloomsburg, he attended Central Columbia schools and served all of us in the United States Army 1979 to 1983. After an honorable discharge, he was employed as an automotive mechanic for many years. He worked at Monroe Tire Service, New York, AMC Movie Theater in Bloomsburg. He enjoyed hunting. He enjoyed bowling. His greatest time and joy was spending time with grandchildren and family. He'll be greatly missed by his loving wife of 50 years, Eugenia Gina Rupert Andrus, his sons, his cherished grandchildren, 4 of them. He was looking forward to the birth of another grandchild at his passing. He also leaves behind a brother and sisters and other family members. Roy Andrus III. Eric Wolf, bilingual world traveler, had a passion for flying. He was only 75 when we lost him. Friday, November 21st. He was from Cunningham. Born in Hanau, Germany. He immigrated to the United States where he graduated from Frankfurt American High School. He later joined our military and was a proud veteran, serving both the United States Army and the Air Force Reserves. His career was distinguished by 2 tours in Vietnam and numerous accolades, including a Bronze Star for his bravery and service. After his military career, he worked as an air traffic controller for the FAA in both Buffalo and Pittsburgh. After holding the picket line with nearly 13,000 fellow air traffic controllers, President Reagan declared the strike illegal in 1981 and fired more than 11,000, including Eric, as well as implementing a lifetime ban from reemployment with the FAA. So Eric and his family had to have a fresh start. They founded in Berwick, where he dedicated 28 years to the Susquehanna Steam Electric Station and retired as radiological operations supervisor. He also received a master's degree from the University of Phoenix during that time. He was bilingual and worldly. He had a passion for flying. He took a solo flight at the age of 10 from Germany to Nigeria. Incredible. He visited 6 of the 7 continents in his lifetime, putting his photography skills to work to document all of these world travels. He lived life big and full, survived and deeply loved by his daughters, a granddaughter, 4 step-siblings, and other family members. Eric Wolf. Our great veterans this hour, brought to you by John Basiliga and Basiliga Hospitality. Storm Tracker 16 forecast, meteorologist Joe Snedeker. A winter weather advisory in effect for today. Cloudy with snow showers developing this morning. Accumulations of up to 2 inches are expected. No accumulations, at least as I look out on my cameras, my outdoor cameras. High 37. It is 33 outside the studios. Tonight, cloudy with flurries, low 25. Thursday, windy, turning colder, flurries, 28. Friday, partly sunny, 32 degrees. Hit it, Bulldog. Somebody texted in, they said, who is Merv? It's Murph. He's our music maven on the program. He picks all our songs, all our music for us. And that song from December 10th, 2007, Led Zeppelin reunited for a benefit concert, the Ahmet Ertegun Tribute Concert at the O2 Arena in London. They performed 19 songs, 2 encores. Original members Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, joined by the late John Bonham's son Jason on the drums. It was the first time they'd performed together in 19 years. The last encore was that great song, Rock and Roll, Murph tells us. Not Merv, Murph. Somebody said, please read the guest article in today's paper by Michael McDowell from Misericordia College. I may make an effort to do that. I saw that, and I like Michael. I've read his stuff. I know him a little bit. Met him. And he says it's both parties. So I'd like to see what he has to say. LTS back at you for passing that on. Somebody says, what a guy, Eric Wolf. Wow, I know, right? Some of these veterans, you're just so inspired by them. Really something. Somebody else saying, hey, Bob, my GMC Savannah work van says it's 11:31 LTS. You need a Bacardo's watch to keep accurate time to the second. Let's go to Jim from Harding. He's been more than patient with me. How are you, Jim?
Pretty good. I'm a little curious about the midterms due to the fact that the Democrats could take it because of these Republicans sitting on the sidelines.
I know.
Let's say they take back the lower and upper house. Now, Schumer, he's going to use that nuclear option, right?
Yep.
So if they go ahead and impeach Trump in Congress, when that comes over to the Senate, he could do that with 51 votes, and Trump won't get that third and fourth year.
No, that can't change.
No, it won't.
No, they need 2/3 vote in the Senate to remove after an impeachment.
Well, even with the nuclear options?
Yes. That is
regarding.
That's
why I wanted to.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking you.
But it's still critical if we can't get anything done, and everything's got to be done by executive order. And these Democrats are insane. The entire party's gone insane.
Well, look what happened in Miami yesterday.
Oh, Lord, I know.
Yeah, but here, one more thing is, now let me see, if the Democrats do take power and we can't get nothing done and they take complete power, all the damage that they go do, I'm not going to blame them. I'm going to blame it on the Republicans that sat on the sidelines and couldn't get off their butts and get out and vote.
I agree. It is all within the reach of normal voters to vote these sickos out and to keep them out.
Yep.
I'm great point. And Jim, you and I will keep hammering that till next fall.
Oh, there's a lot of people getting pissed at me. Oh, I'm tired of politics. So I say, hey, I'm not. So,
are you tired of your life? Are you tired of this great country? Do you want to turn it over to insane people?
Well, a lot of times when I come up to them, they roll their eyes, but I don't care. I'm going to keep pounding on them.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
you have a nice weekend.
Do your best, Jim. Thank you, friend. Yeah. Hey, Mother Teresa, December 10. We can't forget this. I can understand the greatness of God, but I cannot understand his humility. It becomes so clear in him being in love with each one of us separately and completely. It's as if there is no one but me in the world. He loves me so much. Each one of us can say this with great conviction. St. Teresa, Mother Teresa for today. Great stuff. Mary Regina also adds she went to a tarot last night and it was amazing. It always is. I'm telling you, Cutie and I just can't get enough of the place. And if, by the way, if Stegmaier was closer, and I like to have adult beverages, and I'm like, I don't want to drive all the way, but we figure it out sometimes because it's that good. So, yeah, a tarot last night for Mary Regina and Bobby was great. Hey, we've got to take a break. Bob Cordaro, WILK. We will come back. The Kinks. Father Christmas. Bob Cordaro back with you on the program, and we are going to finish with another version of Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen, live 2008 London, and we'll try not to step on that too much, so I'll just want to mention tomorrow I'm going to have as guests at 10:05 Chris Finazzo. His book is Reflections of a Town Driver, and at 11:05 Matt Birkbeck, the author of about a dozen books, including The Quiet Dawn, The Life We Chose, The Wicked, his upcoming The Bookie. And we'll talk to them about their books, their process, their writing, all their lives, all of that. And you could still get in. You could still get in to the performance studio because 12 to 1, Murph, the Bulldog, and myself will be hosting a Q&A of the authors. You can meet and greet, buy the books, get them autographed, all of that. And I'm telling you, you'll enjoy it. I look forward to meeting you as well. That's tomorrow at noon. And you've got to either call the Bulldog literally right now, 570-883-0098, or you've got to go to WILKNewsRadio.com, go to events, and RSVP. Sue Henry show next. Rob O'Donnell show after that. God willing, I'll be with you tomorrow morning for all of the author day and much more, as you know. Somebody said, nice nod to Cat Matthews and the other local artist who is Robert Michael. And he points out Cat Matthews, very talented, comes from a wonderful family. Both of those things are true. We'll be playing Matt and Robert for the rest of this Christmas season. But for now, I've got to go. I've got to gavel to close this meeting, the Club for Common Sense. And pray to be with you tomorrow to do it all again. Have a great afternoon, guys. By the way, Hanukkah starts Sunday. So next Monday, you're going to get to hear the Hanukkah song. Adios.